can be intentional about your character. You can have money and a career. You are the hero in your story.
Live from the headquarters of Ramsey Solutions, broadcasting from the Dollar Car Rental Studio. This is the Ramsey Show, where America hangs out to have a conversation about your life and your money. My name is Anthony O'Neill, Ramsey personality, and also host of the popular YouTube and podcast show called The Table with your one and only Anthony O'Neill. And today I am hosting the show in the absence of the great man himself, the legend, my mentor and boss man, Dave Ramsey, and the other personalities who are out there impacting the world in Dallas, Texas, encouraging and uplifting and inspiring entrepreneurs to become better. And so I'm here taking your phone calls. We're going to be talking about everything around life, around money, around relationships, around starting a business. And so if you want to give us a call, phone lines are open. We have about maybe 1 or 2 lines open right now. Kelly's on standby. She's the boss today, so she'll let me know if I can talk to you or not. So give us a call, 888-825-5225, 888-825-5225. Let Kelly know that you would love to jump on the phone with me, and we're going to talk about your money. We're going to talk about your life, and we're going to talk about how to secure the bag, aka how to make money and keep the money, how to pay off your debt, and also too, oftentimes when I'm on the show, we get a lot of relationship questions, and I want to be clear. I am not the relationship personality. I am not a relationship expert. I think for me, I speak from the area of being a single man, and I believe that relationships impact how we deal with money. It impacts how we look at money. I remember growing up, some of the reasons why I got into debt. When I really step back and I look at my story, I was 18 and a half years old, $35,000 in debt. In America, when I look at what I spent on that money, $15,000 of that was credit card debt, $10,000 of that was student loan debt when I didn't even need student loans. And then another $10,000 of that was on furniture. All of that, I would say about 75% of that was to impress the peers that I had, was to impress the ladies that I was trying to attract, was to impress the brothers I was trying to attract. I remember my very first credit card was $500. I spent it in a matter of 13 hours, $150 in Red Lobster within a matter of 4 hours of having the credit card. $150. I took a young lady out to Red Lobster and we had all you can eat biscuits. That was free. All you can eat crab legs. All you can eat, whatever you want at Red Lobster. And so when a lot of people ask me, Anthony, why do you talk about relationships? Like, what's wrong? Because I believe that relationships, especially for young people, not just young people, all people, tend to impact how we look at money, how we respond to money, why we spend the things that we want. You may go buy this particular car because you want to impress the people that are within your particular circle. You may go buy this particular purse. You may go buy this particular bag just so you can impress the people that are around you. And can I keep it real with y'all, America? Because it's just me today. David and I are out. I still, as a money guy, I still have to remind myself every single day to be a good steward over your money and to check my emotions and to check my personal things that I deal with. Because every single day when I get the money, I'm like, I can go do this. I can go do that. And every single day I got to wake up and tell myself, no, Anthony, no, you don't need this. You don't need 2 cars. You don't need this big old house. You don't need this. You don't need that. And sometimes I have to gut check myself. And so that's what we're talking about today. We're just going to keep it real right here on the Ramsey Show. Give us a call, 888-825-5225. Again, the number here is 888-825-5225. And Franklin is with us in Atlanta, Georgia. Good afternoon, Franklin. How can we help?
Good afternoon, Anthony. How are you doing?
Man, I'm doing all right, man. If Dave was here, he would, say a lot of good stuff. But for me, I'm just going to say I'm all right today, man. How can I help you?
Well, we are wondering if it would be unwise to move up in house, kind of appropriate given what you were just talking about. So just calling in for a gut check.
Okay. Talk to me. You already own a home right now?
Yeah, we have two homes. We've got a primary residence. It's about $800. We owe $320 on it.
Okay.
We have a rental property that's about $300, and we owe $100 on it.
Okay.
Other than that, no debt. Current income about $230. Shortly about to be $270 to $300.
Okay. What do you do?
I do events, and my wife is in healthcare.
Oh, nice, man. You do events. I like that, brother. We may need to talk offline because we need to bring events back to America. Okay.
That's
So
right.
we have no debt. How much money do you have in your savings account right now?
We got 3 months set aside, emergency fund, and then we've got about another 170 in a taxable account.
Okay. All right. So we got about 3 months. All right. Sounds good. Now let me ask you this question. Because you're making good money, you have no debt, you have a fully funded savings account. So it sounds like you're in a healthy place. So let's financially you are there. Why do you want to go up in house?
We've been there for about 9 years. I think my wife and I both kind of have an itch to move. Recently had 2 children, and we're on a pretty busy street here in Atlanta.
Okay.
And it's also a 100-year-old house that lacks some of the. It's a nice house, but it's just lacks some of the amenities that you have in a newer home.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. $800K. You owe $300 on it. So you have about $500K in equity. When you say you want to go up in house, are we talking about crossing over to 7 figures for a home?
It'd probably be right at $1 million. I think is what we're looking at.
Right at $1 million. All right. Cool. Let me ask you this question: do you need it?
Do we need it? No.
Okay.
But the other thing is we're going to have both homes paid off in the next 4 years. And I think the plan is to move then anyway.
Move to where?
I'm wondering if you should move.
Away from
Just
Georgia?
to a new house. No, just stay in Georgia, just a nicer house, not on the busy street, somewhere in the neighborhood where the kids can play.
Okay, cool. I kind of like this plan of paying off in 4. And then would you sell this primary and keep your rental so you can go ahead and take that $800,000 in equity and put it towards more than likely your dream home then?
Correct.
Okay. All right. I like that. And break down your dream home for me real quick. Is this a 5,000 square foot home, 6,000 square foot home? Is this, pool? Like what's making this a home better, a better option for where you currently are today?
Really the same size. We're just looking for, all our bathrooms are super small. 100 years ago, closets were super small. Everything about it's just kind of not geared towards life. And again, I think the bigger thing is a different location where we can be in a better school district, neighborhood where somewhere where the kids can run around and not worry about getting run over on this busy street.
Yeah, I love it. Well, here's the thing, Franklin. I would tell you this. If I was in your shoes, I would go ahead and hold off. I would go ahead and pay off my rental property. I would go ahead and pay off this home, then use that equity, $800,000 put towards that. And then I'm going to tell you what I also would do. I would go ahead and just try and pay cash for the next home. Put $200,000 with it. You're making the income to get there. And then from there, man, you have a dream home paid for cash, rental property paid for cash, and you're sitting good. So I'm not saying no, don't do it now. What I'm saying is just delay it a little bit. Hold off a little bit. And then go after your dreams. Hey, y'all, this is Anthony O'Neill right here on The Ramsey Show. I'm taking your phone calls, 888-825-5225. We'll be right back.
What makes our show unique is that we genuinely care about our listeners. We're intentional about choosing the best advertisers to recommend. Blinds.com is no exception. They offer high-quality window treatments at unbelievable prices, and they make it simple to shop blinds, shades, and interior shutters with easy online ordering, free shipping, and a guaranteed perfect fit. Go to Blinds.com and take advantage of this week's special savings.
Welcome back to The Ramsey Show here in America. Did you all know that our famous $10 sale is almost over? Learn how to make faster and real progress with your money when you check out our famous $10 sale. Save up to 60% on over 40 best-selling books and budgeting tools like the one and only The Graduate Survival Guide and The Total Money Makeover. Plus, these make for great gifts. Shop our $10 sale at the online store at ramseysolutions.com. Plus, check this out. We have a huge gift for you as well. You can enter to win our Ramsey Cash giveaway, but hurry on up. The giveaway ends at the end of this month, May 31st. We're giving away $500 cash every week and a grand prize, wait for it, $5,000. Oh my goodness. Enter daily for extra chances to win. No purchase necessary. Must be 18 or older to win. Text cash to 33789 to enter our giveaway right now. And let me say this too. Because this is something I think is very, very important. The average college student will graduate with about $35,000 in student loan debt. Fifth of these young people will graduate with a mortgage payment but don't even own real estate. So they'll graduate with $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 in student loans, and they don't own anything but a piece of paper. And so one of the best books that I think you can get right now during this graduating season is The Graduate Survival Guide. Here's why I love The Graduate Survival Guide, because I think it's one of the best books out there. We go through the 5 mistakes you can't afford to make in college. And these are all the 5 mistakes that I made in college. Okay. Then on top of that, Rachel Cruz, Dave's daughter, comes in and she talks about how she avoided these 5 mistakes. So what I love about this book is it's not a bunch of fluff. It's not a bunch of, hey, go drink. No, Anthony made these mistakes. Here's why and how I made these mistakes. Here's what I learned from these mistakes. And Rachel and I talk about how you can avoid them and how Rachel avoided them. This is a great book to give to every high school student who is graduating. And even if they've already graduated, even if they are a freshman in college, it's a great book. And to get it for $10 right now, you know, Dave is going, but I'm going to talk to him when he comes back, because I mean, that's cheap. That's very, very cheap to give away my book for $10. And so I'm going to talk to the boss man and let him know, like, hey, you know, we need to end this real quick, because that's a great book for $10. So I want y'all to take advantage of it, because I promise you it will bless a high school student. All you got to do is text GRAD. I want you to do this right now. Text GRAD to 33789. Text GRAD, GRAD, to 33789. And you can get this book for $10 to bless and help our young people avoid the student loan crap that is going on right now. We want to set them up to win in their future. We don't want to set them up to fail. We're not saying that college is bad. We're just saying that graduating college with student loans, that's not the move. That's not what we want. And so I'm excited about that $10 sale. But let's go out to my home city, man, Oceanside, California. Let's talk to RJ. What's going on, man? How are you this afternoon?
I am doing great, Anthony. How about you, man?
Man, I'm doing real good. I have not on this show. I cannot remember. Am I correct? Yeah. I have not talked to anyone from Oceanside, California. You know, I went right there to Martin Luther King Jr. Middle School, went to El Camino High School for 1 semester. So, you know, I love it, man. Camp Pendleton, home of Camp Pendleton. So let's go.
Let's go.
How can we help, man?
Let's go. I just got married to the love of my life in the beginning of March.
Congrats.
And thank you so much. And last night we sat down to see how much do we have saved up for a home purchase, and we're at $25,000.
Okay.
And our goal is to get to $50,000.
Okay.
And I'm just trying to think, is that too low of a goal? Like, we can easily hit that within a year. Okay. I'm trying to think, should we save up for more or less, especially since we're just starting out our marriage?
Yeah, man, that's such a great question, man. Again, congrats on being married to the love of your life. That is a huge accomplishment. So I want to take a little bit of time to celebrate that. Let's dive in here a little bit, RJ. Because before I can talk to you about a mortgage, do y'all have debt with y'all just now getting married?
No, she paid off her car loan as my birthday present to me, and we are debt-free, and we have a $10,000 emergency fund.
Okay, so we have a $10K emergency fund already. In California, is that 3 months? That sounds a little low for 3 months.
That is about 3 months worth. I mean, we can move up. I mean, to $15,000, but we already have it. saved up.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I would suggest in Cali, especially in Oceanside, I would suggest move that up to about five more to 15,000. And then the key thing here is we don't really have a set dollar amount. We have a set percent on what we want you to focus on. The goal, of course, let's just be real, is you put down 100%. All right. But we're not going to do that in this situation. The second goal is 20% down. And 20% is so that you can avoid PMI. Then the bare minimum goal, RJ, is 10%. So how much of a house are you trying to get into? What's your budget?
We were thinking about a $500,000 home in Oceanside. That's what we're going for. That's 2 bedrooms, 2 baths. And if we needed to get a condo before we did that, we were also thinking about that, maybe a 400 or 300.
How old are you two?
I'm 27 and she turns 30 tomorrow.
Okay, you got you an older woman. Let's go.
I know. I married up. And
you married on up, brother. I like that. Marry on up. I like that. I need to take some notes from you, bro. Okay, so here we go. So if you're going for a $500,000 home, right? So if you do the bare minimum of not the bare minimum, but if you do the goal of 20%, that's 100,000. All right. Mm-hmm. And so that's 20%. Now, if we take 500,000 and times that by 10%, then yeah, you'll be at 50,000. And you said you can hit that within 1 year. I kind of like the fact, and I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just going to give you some options. If you want to get the home in Oceanside, California at $500,000, then yeah, you can go for that. I would definitely say do the bare minimum of 50,000. And if you can wait 2 more years, save up another 50,000, go ahead and get the $100,000 to buy in your house. But if I'm young like yourself in my 20s and just hitting the 30s with my spouse, I would look into a condo first, just to get our feet wet into the mortgage world, into, the ownership world. And then as our income grows, because what's your income right now?
I'm at 42,000 and she's at 52,000.
Okay, so you're at 52. All right, so we're at 94,000. So $94,000 divided that into 12. We're looking at about 78. So you're all probably bringing home about $6,200 a month. Times that by 25%, your mortgage is only going to be about $1,500 a month. Okay, if you look at 25% of your take-home pay. All right, and so that's going to be a little bit less than $500,000. All right. So what I'm going to suggest to you is to look into a condo, maybe get a condo for right around $350, put down the $50,000. You get into it very smoothly. You all are living very comfortably, especially at a new, in a new season of your life being married. Now, here's the next thing I'm going to tell you. With you all just now getting married, I would sit for a year. I would sit for a year, shop around, write down some goals. You and your wife sit down and write down what is the ultimate goal for you all. Where do y'all want to eventually retire at? How many kids do you want? What kind of income do you want to have? Do y'all want to start a business down the road? I think that you all need to establish a clear vision for the family and a clear why, and then backtrack yourself there. But as far as in the mortgage, man, I'm sticking with the condo in the very beginning, so that way you all are living very comfortably. Because I think you're gonna need to be right around $350,000 to be comfortable, especially within the start of this marriage, man. Sounds good?
Sounds good. Thanks for the advice.
Hey, man, thank you so much for calling in from the beautiful city of Oceanside, California, man. Some of the best water out there. I remember growing up out there, man. It was a beautiful city. I almost said something, but I don't want to get in trouble with Nashville. But it's such a beautiful city in Oceanside, California. The weather is beautiful. Nashville weather is... it's Nashville. Hey, this is Anthony O'Neill right here on the Ramsey Show. I'm taking your phone calls. 888-825-5225. We'd love to talk to you about your life, your money. Give us a call. We'll be right back.
Life is full of firsts. As the first oldest and longest-serving Christian health cost-sharing ministry, CHM has shared medical expenses for its members since 1981. We believe you should have the freedom to focus on your health while being supported by a community of believers, giving you the opportunity to create many more firsts.
Welcome back to the Ramsey Show. My name is Anthony O'Neill, Ramsey personality and host of the popular podcast and YouTube show, The Table with Anthony O'Neill. Make sure you go over to YouTube and check it on out. Type in the name Anthony O'Neill and check out some of the latest videos that I have. One of the most recent videos that I have is with one of my good friends, Sarah Jakes Roberts, the daughter of Bishop T.D. Jakes and the CEO and president of Women Evolve. And we dive in deep. She actually took over my show and started asking me some personal questions about myself and why I'm single. And so I answered those questions honestly. So if you want to know those answers, you don't get it on the Ramsey Show. You only can get it on my show. But with YouTube being one of my largest platforms in talking, Ben sent in a question on YouTube, and Ben says, "Hey, Anthony, how is someone supposed to pay for college in cash right out of high school if their parents didn't set up an ESA?" And for those of you who are wondering, what is an ESA? It's called an Educational Savings Account. And now some banks are no longer offering ESAs. They're only offering 529 savings account. And these are both college accounts that parents can open up to start saving and investing money into to get some compound interest to only go towards college. Well, Ben, this is a great question. One of the questions that I am asked often, especially on YouTube, on my Instagram, and even when I'm out traveling, which is one of the main reasons why I wrote my book, Debt Free Degree, the step-by-step guide on how to get into college 100% debt free, because a lot of people think you cannot pay cash for college. But let me be honest with you, Ben. Some of the ways that I'm going to say are not popular. They're not cool. Some of your friends may look at you weird. But we first got to identify where are we going and why do we want to go to college? Because not every career field requires a 4-year traditional degree. But I do believe every career field requires some form of education. Okay. And so let's talk about this. I go to one of the best barbers right here in this great state of Tennessee, here in Nashville, Tennessee. He doesn't have a 4-year degree, but he did go to barber school. And his barber school only cost him maybe about $6,000 to get his license. And the man can cut real good. And you know what? He owns 2 shops and he's starting to open up an actual barber school. But it was a $6,000 investment. Let's say if you want to be a school teacher, yes, you need a 4-year degree, but you don't have to go to 4 years immediately. Maybe you can go to a 2-year school. And if you live here in the state of Tennessee, if your grades are right, through Tennessee Promise, you can get it paid for free. And then you could transfer to a local in-state school. Now let's live right there, Ben. Okay. Local in-state school on average is going to cost you anywhere between $8,000 and $10,000, max $11,000 a year for tuition and for books. Now, if you stay home, if you eat at home, if you transport yourself back and forth to school from home, that's only about $850 a month that you would need to come up with to go to school for free. Now, if you work part-time, let's say 20 hours minimum, 20 to 25 hours a week, making, bare minimum about $15 to $16 an hour, you can pay cash for school. Okay. So I think what we really have to do is start stepping back and looking at all of our options. So Ben, the very first thing is you got to take debt off of the table. That's the very first thing. Student loans, private loans, credit cards, none of that is an option. When we take debt off of the table, then let's look at, okay, what do I want to do? If I want to be a school teacher, if I want to be a doctor, if I want to be a lawyer, then I have to go to school. If I want to be a welder, if I want to be a carpenter, if I want to work on ACs, and let me tell y'all something. I just had my AC looked at. I paid this man $250 for 1 hour. For 1 hour. That's a lot of money. I'm like, I'm in the wrong field. How you made $250 an hour? Just coming here to tell me I need to add a little bit of coolant to my AC. So listen, there are so many different routes that you could do, but you can go to trade school. You can do an apprentice program. You can go to a 2-year university. You can go to a 4-year university. But you got to step back and look at all of your options. You can go into the military, serve 4 years there, and then take care of your school. You can go get a job. In some programs, not some programs, but some jobs, like here at Ramsey Solutions, we offer tuition reimbursement. So if you want to graduate college debt free, you can. Here's the problem that I see in America. People do not want to put up the work up front. What they want to do is go the easy route, and then it costs them 20 to 30 years later. The average person is walking into school, taking out student loans, Ben, and say, you know what, I'm going to get this job and I'll be able to pay off my student loans within 3 years. That's not factual. The average person is taking them 20 years minimum to pay back their student loans. On average, we're seeing anywhere between 20 and 30 years. So, Ben, I would honestly not worry about taking out student loans. I would just step back and look at all of your options and see, does this particular career field require a 4-year degree? And if it doesn't, there is absolutely nothing wrong with trade school. There is absolutely nothing wrong with getting, going to a community college. The key thing is graduate, get the education you need 100%. Debt free. Russell is with us in Houston, Texas. Good afternoon, Russell. How can I help?
Hey, Anthony. Thanks for taking my call, and thanks for all you're doing, man. Your ministry's awesome. You and Dave are helping a lot of people out, so I appreciate it.
Oh, man, thank you.
Yeah, so I don't necessarily have too much of a question. It's more just kind of like looking for encouragement from you guys. I'm in nursing school, so I'm 37 years old, and I quit a pretty decent paying job. I'm married for 4 years, and my amazing wife is, working a cute little tail off to keep the lights on and everything. And, I'm halfway through my 2-year program. Learning during COVID is definitely a challenge. And, I just want to, get some words of encouragement for you guys being halfway through the program and it being, kind of challenging, just to make sure that, the future is super bright for this decision I made.
Yeah, man. Why did you make this decision?
A number of reasons. We had our daughter about 2 years ago, and the care that we received at the hospital was amazing. It really touched my heart, and I have a heart for people, and the job that I was doing, I was a manager of a restaurant, and that was like my biggest skill set was being able to to relate to people and complete strangers, and I know I'm in the right position. It's just like, man, the incline is just it's steep right now with this 3rd and 4th semester coming up.
Yeah. It sounds like you experienced something at the hospital that you want to duplicate and do as well. You want to help people have good experiences when they walk into the hospital. Am I correct?
Yeah, and then also the opportunities that the position or that the job market for nurses entails is pretty epic. We'd be able to move our family if we wanted to and get work pretty much anywhere, and you can work as much as you want and still get, and get overtime.
Yeah. I love it. Here's the thing. What I want to recommend to you, Russell, is I want you to spend some time with you and your wife, and I want y'all to step back, put your kids to sleep, cut off social media, cut off the phones. And I say this often. And I really want you to write down your why. And I want you to ask yourself why 5 times. When you answer the first question of why, ask that question again. Well, why do you want that? You see, one of the things that keeps me motivated is not something that really makes me smile. Sometimes it's something that makes me emotional and cry. You see, because I believe if our why doesn't make us cry, then the price of commitment will make us cry. So I would really ask yourself and ask your wife, why are we making the decisions that we are making? Why does this impact us so much? Why do we want this so much? And when you get that why deep down in your soul, deep down in your gut, you're not going to really need too much more motivation, because your why is going to push you. Your why is going to stretch you. Your why is going to give you the energy that you need when you feel like giving up, because that why is so deep. When you think about that why, it makes you cry. You see, America, I came into this world crying, but I'm going to leave this world smiling, because I'm going to leave this world giving peace, joy, freedom, options, and business and wealth to my kids. That's my why. That's why I do what I do. This is The Ramsey Show. Welcome back to The Ramsey Show. My name is Anthony O'Neill, Ramsey personality and host of the popular podcast and YouTube show, The Table with Anthony O'Neill. Want to encourage you to go over there and check it on out. I promise you will be blessed and you'll enjoy it. But right now, we're on The Ramsey Show, and I'm taking your phone calls, 888-825-5225. And Chris is with us out of Dallas, Texas. Good afternoon, Chris. How can I help?
Hi, Anthony. How are you doing?
Man, I'm doing well, man. Thanks so much for calling in, man. How can I help?
Awesome. I have a question about budgeting and my student loans / like with a sinking fund for housing.
Okay.
So a little bit about my story is background is I'm 26 and my fiance, I'm engaged. She's 24.
Okay. Congrats, man.
And thank you. I appreciate that. She's in law school. She just finished her second year. She has one more year left. And I'm currently a high school teacher for special education. It's my first year of teaching. So my net income is $3,498. And then also, unfortunately, we do have student loans. Combined, we're about $100,000. And we were doing some budgeting, and we're trying to, because we want to attack our student loans as fast as we can. But since she's not working right now, she's making small income, but not a lot. We only have maybe around like $200 extra to throw at the loans each month, which is really not a lot until she gets a job next year. So I kind of wanted some guidance on that. And then also just the housing fund, because I wanted to do a sinking fund so we can stay in a good part of Dallas, or not even a good part, but just a safe place, and just to have that money set aside, because I don't know, with the 25% budget, I don't know if I'll be able to stay there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the good thing is you're in Dallas, Texas. Are you in Dallas or are you in the outskirts of Dallas, Chris?
I'm in the outskirts. I live in Louisville currently.
Okay, I know exactly where Louisville is. My god sister actually is a middle school teacher out there. And so I know exactly where you are, man. And the good thing, though, is the cost of living is not that expensive in Dallas. So that's a good thing.
Okay.
Here's what I want to let's backtrack here. You have $100,000 in student loans. What other kind of debt do you have?
That's it.
That's it.
I did have a credit card, but I paid that off.
Okay. Did you cut it up, Chris?
Yes, cut it up. I did it. I wanted no more parts of that.
Okay. Does your fiance have any credit cards?
No.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. When y'all getting married?
August 21st.
August 21st, right around the corner. Okay, cool. How y'all paying for the marriage, for the wedding?
We're actually paying for it ourselves. We have help from my parents and hers, but primarily we're paying for it.
Okay.
And then honestly, this is a little praise for it, but we saved up about $8,000 within 2 months to pay for it.
Okay, hold on. Wait. Let's rewind. Because we may need to, we may need to, talk about this wedding. We got $8,000 going towards the wedding. We got $100K in debt. I mean, talk to me. I don't want to knock the dreams, but.
Right. We wanted something a little bit more traditional.
Okay.
In a way, we didn't really want to do the courthouse.
Okay.
But I said, we can do the best we can, and then let's just maximize what we could do. We wanted something somewhat, nice.
Okay. I ain't mad at it. I mean, I'm not mad at it. The average wedding in America right now is way more than $8,000. So I'm not mad at that. But let me ask you this question. How did you all save the $8,000? How did you make an extra $8,000?
Well, currently I live at home with my parents, so I pay minimum bills.
Okay.
I do help out.
Okay.
I was able to save primarily my income. I was throwing just about everything at it except for my monthly expenses. And then also with my tax return and then the stimulus checks, we just threw all that money together.
I got you. All right. So here's the thing. When you get married, you're not going to be living at home. Y'all going to be, getting your own apartment. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And so here's what I'm going to recommend, Chris, is you're going to have to figure out how to get your income up a little bit more, not just a little bit more, a lot more. This may mean that maybe your fiance may have to consider working something when she's out of school for the day. How does she pick up stuff on the weekend? If you all really want to get out of debt at your age, I want to see both of you all, well, not both of you all, because you're about to be married. I want to see you all out of debt before you turn 29, 30 years old. I want you debt free by that time. And so we need to figure out, how do we get some extra income coming in? Maybe you drive for Uber when you get out of school. Maybe you figure out something to do. And I know you're about to be newly married, and I cannot give you advice on marriage. I do not want to give you advice on marriage. Call back in and talk to Dave about that part. But I would definitely say this, that I want you to really take these next 3 years seriously, and you all living way below your means. Figure out, what can you all do to get an extra $2,000 into the house that you can put all towards your debt?
Okay.
That's 24. That's going to be about an extra $24,000, a year. And then if you can do that, man, y'all can be debt free within a matter of, I'll say 3 to 4 years by the time you turn 30. And so right now, the key thing is, how do we figure out how to live way below your means? When you all go out, man, your rent should be right around 20%, because rent is not going to be that expensive in Dallas. You can find something right around $1,000, max $1,200 a month. Then from there, if you don't have any car notes, if you don't have anything, you all just have your regular monthly expenses. So you should be right at about $2,000 that you all are using to spend and to live. So you got like another $1,400 that you can play around with to put on top of these student loans. I don't want you to focus on trying to build up a sinking fund to get a house. No, I want you to focus on just put $1,000 in your emergency account, then knock out these student loans. Then let's go ahead and build up the savings account to our fully 3 to 6 months. And for both of you all having good, solid careers, man, I'm cool with y'all having 3 months, bare minimum. That's cool. I don't need y'all to stretch to 6 months. Then let's focus on building a sinking fund to go ahead and get a home. But right now, I want you to really be gazelle intense about getting this debt out of the pocket within the next 3 years. And to do it within 3 years, you need to figure out a way to do $33,000 pretty much.
Awesome. Okay.
And that's not going to be too hard with 2 people.
Okay.
It's not going to be too hard. You guys are young. I mean, I wish I had someone talk to me at 26 and at 24 years old, tell me to, keep grinding. And you have a great career, man. I mean, and shoot, you're a school teacher. I mean, what did you get your degree in? Is it in, are you in math? What's your degree in?
Actually, my degree was in criminal justice. And then I kind of switched it up after I graduated, and I went into an alternative certification program.
Okay.
And got my teaching through that.
So have you thought about maybe tutoring on the side? Maybe tutoring online?
I hadn't thought about it, no. Because I kind of really don't know what I would tutor, except for maybe like social studies, because that's where I kind of have a strong suit in. Okay.
Hey, man, I'll go to tutor.com. I'm going to give you that right now, tutor.com.
Okay.
And type in your specialty. Tell them, they'll ask you some good questions. And I'm telling you right now, you'll make some good money. I know people making anywhere from $55 to $110 an hour on tutor.com. So if you can see if social studies is a need on tutor.com, which I think it will be, if that's your strong point, man, why not go ahead and make some money on the side using that gift and that skill if you want to keep your fiance from working so she can focus on graduating here in the near future. But I would definitely recommend looking up that and figuring out how can we get an extra $2,000 in. Sounds good?
Awesome. Thank you, Anthony. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Chris. Appreciate you. You see, one of the things, America, that we really have to step back and really look at, if you really want success, if you really want to be debt free, you have to be willing to do the things that unsuccessful people are not willing to do. And it's not easy to go out there and get a second job, to get 3 jobs. I remember watching my biological mother work 3 jobs. She'll work her 8 to 5 job in the school district in the morning. She would get off and go to the Christian bookstore. Then after that on the weekends, she'll work for Target back in the days. Not Target, Kmart. Kmart is no longer around. But she did that because we just needed that to survive. So, hey, you want to be successful, be willing to do the things that unsuccessful people are not willing to do. And unsuccessful people are not willing to put in some extra hours, work hard, and do the things that they need to be doing. But that's not what we're doing here on The Ramsey Show. Hey, that's a wrap for this hour. Thank you all so much. This is The Ramsey Show.
Hey, it's Kelly, associate producer for The Ramsey Show. This episode is over, but if you heard about an event, product, or service and didn't have a chance to write it down, don't worry. We list everything you've heard about during this episode in the podcast show notes section or head to theramseyshow.com. Thanks for listening.
This is The Ramsey Show. You can be intentional about your character. You can have money and a career. You are the hero in your story.
Live from the headquarters of Ramsey Solutions, broadcasting from the Dollar Car Rental Studio. This is The Ramsey Show, where America hangs out to have a conversation about your life and your money. My name is Anthony O'Neill, Ramsey personality and host of the popular YouTube and podcast show, The Table with Anthony O'Neill. And today, I'm hosting, I believe, the baddest radio show in the world, all on my own. Because Dave Ramsey and our other personalities are out there impacting and serving some great young entrepreneurs and helping them build wealth and expand their businesses. So, and today I want to talk to you about your life, about your money, about maybe how to start a business, maybe how to get the motivation that you need. If you want to talk about relationships, what are my thoughts on that? I can give you my thoughts. I can't give you expertise because I am not married, but I am a single man who have experienced a lot of things throughout my single season. I don't have a problem giving you my input, but if you want to talk about money, I could talk about that all day long. All right, so give us a call, 888-825-5225. 888-825-5225. Kelly is in the booth. She will go ahead and patch you through to me if she approves. If not, hey, this is Kelly's show. It's not really my show. I'm just answering the phone calls that she puts through. Erica is with us in Fresno, California, the beautiful state of California. Good afternoon, Erica. How can I help?
Hi, Anthony. Thanks for taking my call.
Yeah, no problem at all. Thank you for calling in. How can I help you?
Well, I'm 33 years old. I'm married. I don't have any kids. I don't have a mortgage. My husband and I are renting right now, but we have $90,000 in student loan debt combined. Okay. We don't have any other debt. And I've had a long life dream to work in veterinary medicine. There is a school in Arizona. I have about 8 prerequisites to complete before I can even apply for the school. But my question is, should we relocate and move to Arizona so I can take the prerequisites for in-state tuition and try to pursue that dream there while in baby step 2, or should we stay put in California where we're renting now and just try to take the prereqs at local community colleges and just continue to save money, pay off debt, and hopefully cash flow the program? Should I move or should I stay put?
Erica, let's break this down a little bit. What's y'all's household income right now?
$95,000 a year.
$95K a year. Okay. What does your husband do?
He works for the county and after-school program, so he oversees multiple schools within the county.
Okay, cool. And are you working as well? So is that combined household, or is that majority his income?
It is combined. I currently work for city government, specifically the fire department, as a senior administrator. Okay.
So let's say if we went with the option of moving, because when we look at the cost of living compared from California to Arizona is cheaper. Okay. Mm-hmm. will we be able to keep the $95,000 if we go to Arizona? Like, can you all find jobs in Arizona and keep that same amount of income, or maybe lose maybe 5-10 grand max? So maybe go down to 85. Could you do that?
I believe we could. I believe that we might move over with the income maybe 80, 85.
80, 85. All right. And we're sitting at $90,000 already in student loan debt. And then you're going to go over there and not rack up any more student loan debt. You're thinking about cash flowing that, correct? If you did go to Arizona.
Correct.
Okay. And then you'll be sitting in baby step number 2 to do that. So let me ask you this question. Let's say you get everything that you need. How long would it take you to get through the program if you did it from start to finish? How long would it take you?
From start, taking prerequisites to completion, total of 5 years.
5 years. Okay. And how much are you making a year right now?
I'm making roughly about $45,000 a year.
And in 5 years, once you complete, what's your income goal? I mean, what's the bare minimum you can make in this particular field?
For Arizona specifically, I would say anywhere between 100 to maybe 125 or 130 a year.
All right. So now we have some options. Okay. I'm not going to tell you to not move to Arizona. I am only moving to Arizona if I can have my income around $85,000 bare minimum. My housing goes down cheaper. Okay. And I can cash flow school by going to community colleges and pay for it that way. Because then now what we've just done is we've lowered our expenses. We're not buying a house. We're renting. We're living below our means. Say you don't have any kids. So y'all literally are renting a 1-bedroom, 800 square foot apartment if you're going to go down this route. And so I don't have a problem with you going to Arizona as long as you use this opportunity to lower your expenses while still keeping your income up higher, and you are really focused over these next 5 years. Now, here's my only problem, and I'm going to be honest with you, Erica. I have a problem staying in debt for another 5 years because that's going to put you all at about 38 years old. So this means right around 40, you're still not investing, okay? And so what I would advise you to give a call to Ken Coleman and figure out what's the best route for you on this career path. I know you said that's a dream. Is it a dream because of income, or is this a dream because this is what you really want to do for the rest of your life? Like if money was not an issue, if money was not a problem, would you still want to do and go this route with this career? Yes or no?
100%. Yes,
100%.
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. Great. So my advice to you is sit down, talk to your husband, go through those steps. Hey, let's start looking for jobs. Alone we can keep our jobs before 85, in between 85 and higher. Number one, will our apartment costs go down? So if we are in California, we're paying $2,000 a month. Can it go down to $1,500 a month? Cool, great. If you can answer yes on that, cool, great. Look at your community colleges. How much is that going to cost you? Can you afford to pay cash for that and not put any more debt on top of this $90,000? And then from there, I am okay with you all transitioning over to Arizona because you're going to be lowering your expenses. You're going to keep a high income. You'll be able to cash flow this experience. And in 5 years, going from $40,000 to about $125,000, that's a good return on your investment. Now, once you get out of college, Erica, you know what I'm about to say, right? You all need to attack this debt like crazy.
Yes. Yeah,
okay?
Absolutely.
You all need to get out of this $90,000. And I don't like the fact of you sitting in it for 5 years. And so if you all can figure out a way to cash flow to college and your husband maybe get an extra job, you maybe get an extra job as well to start attacking this debt a little bit, because I want you to finish this 5 years with no debt. I would love that, but I'm praying for you. I think the Arizona is a good move because it will save you a little bit of money. And so just stay focused. Don't rack up any more debt. This is Anthony Neal right here on The Ramsey Show. We'll be right back.
Stop paying your overpriced wireless provider and switch to Pure Talk. They use the same network as the larger providers for much less. For just $30 a month, get unlimited talk, text, and 6 gigs of data with no contract. The average family saves over $70 a month by switching to Pure Talk. Just go to puretalk.com and enter the promo code Ramsey to save 50% off your first month. Pure Talk, simply smarter wireless.
Welcome back to the Ramsey Show. This is Anthony O'Neill, Ramsey personality and host of the popular YouTube show, The Table with Anthony O'Neill. And you guys, when it comes to making big life change, like buying a home, getting married, having a baby, the last thing on your mind is making sure you have the right insurance coverage. And trust me, I get it. Big changes are overwhelming. But what would be even more overwhelming is to find yourself in a situation where you and your family are in the hole because you weren't covered. If not having the time or energy is what's keeping you from getting the right insurance coverage, use one of our endorsed local providers or EOP insurance agents to help. EOPs are independent agents who find you the best coverage at the price free of charge. That's absolutely right. An independent agent shops a variety of insurance options, finds you the best, and explains all the technical lingo so you know exactly what you're getting for 100% free. So all you have to do is text the word insurance to 33789. Again, that is insurance to 33789 to get connected with an ELP and let a pro help you find the coverage that fits your life. Again, that's insurance to 33789. And I promise you, as I read this to you all, I was just really thinking and thinking at the same time. Thinking about our EOPs and thinking them in my head because I remember I got into a car accident February 14th, Valentine's. You can tell I'm a single man because what was I doing driving at night home? On Valentine's. But anyways, I got into a car accident on Valentine's Day, totaled my car, and was in a peace of mind, because I had, the proper emergency funds in place to take care of everything. And I will never forget when they wrote off my car. Well, the insurance company that I was particularly with went and upped my insurance payment by almost $200 a month. And I was like, heck no. So I called our endorsed local provider and they found me, check this out, America, not just an insurance policy that was cheaper than the $200 going up. No, they found me after I had a car accident. They found someone and my insurance payment actually dropped cheaper than my previous insurance. So what I'm saying is what we're promoting here, it works. I trust our endorsed local providers. They are absolutely amazing. They shop you around and they find you the best deals. So getting into a car accident got me a newer car and saved me some money because of our ELPs. I believe it right there. I love what we do. Make sure you text the word insurance to 33789. Let us help you save you some money. Josh is with us in Birmingham. Good afternoon, Josh. How can I help?
Hey, Anthony. Thanks for taking the call.
Yeah.
So I had a conversation with my son. He's 11, and he said he's playing this game at school called the Game of Life. And so he told me at dinner that he got a job in the Game of Life as a lawyer, coming out making $85K. And I was like, great, boom, that's awesome, man. Well, he hit me next with the card also said he had $75,000 in student loans, and I about dropped my fork. So I was telling him all the reasons why I wouldn't take that student loan on, because our family, we are doing it as a family. We're in our debt-free journey. We're about halfway through. We paid off almost $140,000 in 2 years.
Awesome.
So they see us, they see what we're doing, and how do I have that conversation to give him his why he doesn't want to do that? And a second part of this is, do I approach the school, the teacher? How do I do that if I at all? Is that something I could do?
To the second question, I kind of like the fact that the school actually put student loan debt in it because it created a conversation with you and your son. So I'm not opposed to the school saying, hey, in this game, you're an attorney, you're making $85,000 a year, but then you also have this amount of debt. I think that's very good to bring that awareness up. But I just hope that the school is also offering and educating them on how to avoid student loans. And so if they're not doing that, I would bring that up to the school, Josh. I'm like, hey, I like this game. I like what you all are doing because it created a good conversation at the house. We're teaching this because we want to avoid debt and we want to avoid student loans. I know you all have to teach, student loans and that option, but are you also giving them other options? Are you also educating them on trade schools, community colleges, grants and scholarships? Are you educating them on how to do this thing debt free? And so that way you can challenge the schools on that end. Now on your end, Josh, man, I think you're in a great place. At 11 years old, your son is coming home saying, hey, Dad, this is what's going on. I think now this is where you sit down with your 11-year-old, and this may go over his head, but over time, with continued conversation, and as he grows and mature, he will get it. I think you sit down with your son, Josh, and you tell him exactly what you and your wife are going through right now, how you're paying off debt, and how debt has stopped you all and maybe slowed you all from doing things as a family that you may want to do. And I think you just tell him the truth in a way that he can receive it. Son, me and your mom, we have about $200,000, $300,000 in debt, and a lot of that is student loans. But we can't build our dream home right here in Birmingham, Alabama. You know what, son? We can't really take our family on the type of vacation we really want to do because we have this debt. And son, if you can go to school, this is why your grades are so important. If you can get good grades, if you can start saving right now when you're working around the house, and when me and your mom give you money for doing your stuff around the house, if you can save, if you can go to college 100% debt free, you could be further than me and your mom when you get our age. You could be living in your dream home when you have kids. You can travel around the world. You can enjoy the life. You could be ahead of your peers. And I think if you start really exposing him and having that conversation at a very young age, man, I think, Josh, you're setting your son, you're setting all of your kids up to be successful down the road. But I wouldn't be upset with the school of exposing them to student loans in that way. I would only be disappointed with the schools if they're not teaching them, hey, student loans are an option, but let me give you another option, and that is no student loans. And how do you do no student loans? Well, your grades got to be on par. You need to be a straight A student to really, to be honest. You can look into grants. You can look into scholarships. You can make sure that your college resume is good. So those are the type of things that I would really start having that conversation right now, Josh. Make sense?
Awesome. That makes sense. Perfect sense. Thank you.
Hey, man, thank you so much. When I really think about this, on one hand, I get a little disappointed with the school system, but then I'm grateful with the school system because we all need to read. We need to learn how to read, write, add, and process information. I think that's very, 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 very important. And our school systems, I believe, are doing the best that they can do. But isn't it funny that the school system and college, the main goal of it is to give us education so that we can go out there and get a career, aka a job, aka some money to live off of. But so they'll teach us how to get the money generator, but they will not teach us how to be good stewards of our money, how to properly use our money. And so, school teachers, thank you so much for what you have been doing. Thank you so much for, especially this last year, of adapting and adjusting to COVID, to this pandemic, and jumping online and teaching our young people. But I want to challenge you, school teachers, to start teaching financial literacy inside of our schools. Our young people need it tremendously. If someone would have told me back then in them days that student loans is one option, but hey, you know what? Going to a community college is not a bad option. You know what? Maybe taking a gap year and working for 1 year to save up to where you can go into school is not a bad option. If someone would have told me that, hey, you know what, Anthony? going to welding school is not bad. Being a welder, you can make $80,000 a year after a year. If someone would have told me so many different options, my life probably would have been a little bit better. And so I want to commend you, Josh, for calling in, asking that question. To all the parents out there, have the conversation with your kids. If our young people can learn how to do the latest dance, learn the latest lyrics to the hip hop songs or to the country songs, our young people can learn how to save, how to give, and how to live below their means. This is The Ramsey Show. Welcome back to The Ramsey Show. My name is Anthony O'Neill, Ramsey personality and host of the popular YouTube show and podcast, The Table with Anthony O'Neill. Go on over to youtube.com/Anthony O'Neill, and you'll be able to subscribe to the channel and get some real encouraging stuff. But before we go to Chelsea and Little Rock, I want to encourage you all. My show is for all people, but I'm really focused on that millennial, that young 25 to about maybe max 40-year-old individual, because I think those are the ages that we have a lot of people who focus on the younger generation, right? Then we have a lot of people who focus on the older generation, but no one's really making content that is relative and relatable to that younger, hip, vibrant generation. And I just felt compelled, hey, make content for people like myself. And so the conversation over there is a little different. Our topics are a little different. We talk everything from relationships to building true wealth, not just having fake rich. I talk about Gucci bags. I talk about, a lot of different things over there. It's a little different, but it's growing massively. Already over 250,000 subscribers. We talk about race issues over there. We talk about culture. We talk about the impact of the pandemic. And so I want to encourage you. Next week, we have a phenomenal celebrity coming on that's going to change some lives. So I want to encourage you to go check it out. Subscribe, share it with your kids if you have kids in that age bracket in the 20s and 30s. And again, it's for everyone. I don't want to exclude no one, but I do want to make sure that I'm being intentional in helping out this younger generation. So Chelsea is with us in Little Rock. Hey, Chelsea, how can we help?
Oh, my gosh. I'm so excited. I absolutely love you, Anthony O'Neill. You are the best. And I do watch your show, The Table, on YouTube faithfully.
Oh, that's awesome, Chelsea. That's awesome. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you like it. And how can I help you today?
So today, because I do listen to their show a lot now, I read and listen to a lot of content. I am a part of that millennial generation, 33, where I want to get into real estate investing, start kind of my own businesses, things like that. And but I am a big follower of Dave Ramsey and all of you guys. And so my biggest question is, I have student loan debt. I do have car loan debt. And just a little bit of credit card debt, $2,000, which I have been paying down tremendously. But my question is it wrong or right to still try to pursue starting a business, even though I have student loan debt?
Well, how much?
Backstory, I am divorced. Okay. I am a single mom of an amazing 4-year-old.
Okay.
And I'm a registered nurse. But I don't work on the floor. I'm a case manager. So.
Okay. Cool. Great. How much debt are you totally in right now, Chelsea?
So if I were to total up my car loan debt and the student loan debt together, it's about $95,000.
Okay, 95K. So we're gonna round it up to about 100,000 because you said you have some credit card debt right around 2,000. So we're in about $100,000 worth of debt. What's your total take home? What are you making a year?
So on paper, it's 64K.
Okay.
So 64,000.
Okay. What is it not on paper? Because you said on paper. Was it, what are you breaking home?
So,
Not on
well,
paper.
you know, the amount that they tell you make, but then when you include taxes and 401ks and medical, you know, the take home is a little different.
Okay, cool. Do you have child support within inside of that?
Funny enough, not yet. I just filed for full custody this past month, which that was a nice amount I had to pay for a lawyer. So there's that. But
now, what kind of business? I mean, because nursing is real good. I mean, I know all about nursing, you know, very well. And so I know nursing, there are a lot of great options in that area. Now, so what do you want to do on the side? Do you want to do something, do you want to start a business around nursing? Or do you want to do something totally different?
So after being in the medical field for quite some time, no, it's not necessarily in nursing, but I started a blog for single moms called Christian Kirby Cool. And so through that, I like to kind of help other women, promote other women to kind of get themselves together as far as learning about life insurance. So I sell life insurance on the side now.
Okay.
Term life insurance in America.
Okay.
And then I just started my other business, Closet Couture, where I help people organize their closets, virtual styling, things like that, to kind of show themselves, like, instead of spending more money on clothes, shop out of your closet. Well, you can't shop out of your closet if you haven't cleaned your closet to see what you have. So I help with that. That's what that business is for. And then the last thing is a vision that God gave me, which is to help single moms get into home ownership. And so it's kind of a real estate investing business that I would like to get into. But I was like, wow, this is a whole lot. Let me get some advice on what's the best way to tackle all these things. Hence why I called today.
Yeah. So, Chelsea, let me say this. I commend you for being a hardworking single mother. I want to first say this. I hear it. I hear the passion in your voice. I hear the hunger in your voice. One of the things I find wrong with us millennials, and I'm putting us in there because I want to make sure that the Americans hear me saying I'm a part of this as well. We tend to have a lot of ideas and we tend to go after all of them rather than having a clear vision with clear priorities. You know, one of my good friends and fellow personalities, Christy Wright, says we can't really balance things. We really have to set priorities and focus on one thing at a time. And so for you, I hear 3 great ideas with the career while being a mom. You know, I think for you, I would choose one thing right now on the side that one is not going to take any finances from you, so that way you can focus your finances on paying off your debt and it can bring in more money. Now, I like the blog thing because, you know, that's just you putting your thoughts out there. But that virtual styling thing and going through closets, I mean, listen, we all know in a respectful way, ladies need some help with their closets. All right. I'm gonna turn this way because Kelly's over here looking at me and all the ladies outside looking at me. So I'm gonna look this way because I just want to be honest with you. OK, so you can make some money helping ladies get their closets situated and looking good. So if I was you, I'm focusing on my career, trying to figure out how can I make more money over there. The number 2 is on the side, I am also focusing on, hey, how do I focus on this one business? How do I get this to generate me another $2-3 grand a month? Virtually styling people, virtually helping people get their closets kind of organized. So I would focus really on that. I have no problem with you starting that business because it will not take away money from your debt payoff right now. And baby step number 2, it can honestly add money to help you pay off your debt. And eventually, if you do it right, it could eventually take over and you can run that full time and then venture off into something else. Real quick before I go to break, have you read Christy Wright's book, Business Boutique?
Not yet. I hate I missed her opening for her. It was like a few weeks back when she had an opening for her, and I could have kicked myself.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I listen every week to your channel.
I feel you. Well, don't kick yourself. I want you to stay on the line. I'm have Kelly give you a copy of her book, Business Boutique. You need to read that. It would definitely help you start off correctly, because she's going to show you how to turn that little hobby that you enjoy doing into a money generator. Then also, Chelsea, I want you to look into her academy. Go to Business Boutique. Not Academy, Business Boutique Conference is coming up this fall. You need to do everything you possibly can to get there, because Chris is going to teach you how to turn this thing upside down and really make a lot of money. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm speaking at the conference this year too, and I'm talking about money. So go to RamseySolutions.com. You get some more information about that. But stay on the line. Kelly will take good care of you. This is The Ramsey Show, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to The Ramsey Show. My name is Anthony O'Neill, Ramsey personality, and I have an interesting question which I thought I should answer. Rolando from Instagram sent me a DM saying, hey, do you guys have a teen toolkit I can teach my youth group? Absolutely. We sure do. It's called the Teen Entrepreneur Toolbox Kit, Teen Entrepreneur Toolbox Kit. And I want to suggest, go to RamSolutions.com, check it out. I think one of the best ways we can teach young people how to deal with money is we got to start teaching them that money comes from work. Okay, money doesn't grow on trees. It doesn't fall out of the sky. And we got to stop teaching our kids that if you make up your bed, you giving them money. I don't believe in the term allowance. I grew up on allowances to where I got like $10 a month for just making up my bed and washing the dishes. Well, no, that was my responsibility to contribute to the home. I think we got to start teaching our young people, go out there and cut grass. If you're 10 years old, go out there and rake some leaves or help, one of your senior citizens next door bring in the groceries. We got to start teaching our young people that money comes from work. And I also believe that entrepreneurship is a great way to do that. And so my team and I sat down, we really created this great toolbox kit that teach young people how to be true entrepreneurs. We teach them the elevator pitch. We teach them how to actually budget, how to name the prices. We teach them even how to legally get their business started with the state, with their county. So I definitely want to encourage you to get the toolbox kit. We teach them everything on how to start a legit business at 10 years old, at 11 years old, at 12 years old. Think about it. If your young person can start making an extra $2-3 grand throughout the summer, what kind of young person are we developing? We're developing a smart, bright, young individual that will understand the value and the importance of working. Pablo is with us in Goodyear, Arizona. Good afternoon, Pablo. How can I help?
How you doing, Anthony? Thanks for taking my call.
Yeah.
Hey, well, the reason I'm calling is because, we just started Dave Ramsey's program through our church, and we're getting started with the baby steps. We done baby step number 1, so we got that money set aside, and now we're on step number 2, attacking the debt. We do have $22,000, just a little over $22,000 in debt, which is no credit cards. It's just our vehicles.
Okay.
One of them is my wife's, which we'll probably be able to pay off this month, by the end of this month,
okay,
which will leave us only about $18,500 in debt.
What kind of car is this in $18,000? What kind of car is that?
It's a truck.
What kind of truck?
Chevy Silverado.
Okay, you be big boy. Okay, Silverado. All right, sounds good.
Yeah, and we do have a third car that we purchased for our son. It's paid off. We did have a home which we sold when we moved out here to Arizona.
Okay.
And we have that money set aside. My reason for calling is because my plan for this, I don't know, what would you recommend for it? I do want to attack this debt aggressively, and I do want to fund, the emergency fund with that savings money. And, whatever's left, maybe put it towards a new home down payment, and then from there just start building up, for that to where we need to be. Mm-hmm. But I was just calling to see what would you recommend? What would you advise?
Advice on what exactly? What do you
on what to do? Like should we use that money on savings from our home sale to pay off this final debt, or should I pay? Should I sell my truck and just pay that off, or
okay?
What should I do?
Good. Let's talk about this. How much money did you get again from selling your house?
Well, we have 60,000, just a little over 60,000.
60 or 50?
60.
Okay, 60K in the savings right now from selling your home. Okay.
Yeah.
What's your annual income right now? What are you all bringing in, combined income?
I'm the only one that works, so it's only me. I just started a new job about 2 months ago.
Okay. And
it fluctuates, so it's anywhere within 3,000 to maybe 3,500 a month take home.
Okay. All right. And so we got $22,000 in debt right now. It's 2 vehicles, no credit cards, no student loans, nothing else. We just have 2 vehicles, correct?
Yeah, just 2 vehicles. And like I said, by the end of this month, we should be able to pay off my wife's car. So it should only leave us with about $18,500.
Okay, and that's $60,000 is sitting in your savings account, liquid cash right now while you're talking to me, correct?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So yeah, this is what I'm going to recommend. I'm paying off both the vehicles when I hang up the phone. And
okay.
And here's why. You're going to save yourself on interest. So you're going to save a lot of money. You're going to be 100% debt free. You're still going to have right at about $38,000 in your savings account from that. I'm thinking in Arizona, where you need right now, the cost of living there, you should be okay with $10,000 sitting in your savings account for emergencies, right? So then that's $28K. Talk to me. What you thinking?
Yeah. 3 months is fine. I was looking towards more like doing 6 months instead.
And that's fine. If you want to stretch it to 6 months, that's cool. So you can leave $20,000 in there, and you'll have $18K left in your savings account. Now, do you plan on living in Arizona for the next 5 years?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So here's the thing. So let's walk through the first 3 baby steps. First 3 is $1,000 in your emergency fund. Baby step number 2 is pay off all your debt, excluding the mortgage. So you all don't have a mortgage, but you have $60,000 from your mortgage. We teach in baby step number 2, you use all of your income to pay off all of your debt, excluding your mortgage. So that $60,000, you're going to make some wire transfers today, and you're going to be 100% debt free. Then, in your case, you want 6 months of emergency fund, which is great. You have a family. You say your income kind of fluctuates. I'm totally fine with that. So go on ahead and put the 6 months in there. Then from there, man, I will go ahead and move over to baby step number 4, 5, 6, and 7. We do all those at the same time. Start investing into your 401ks, and then start saving for your kids' college, because you say you have a son, and also start saving for a home. You're going to have $18,000 in your savings account on top of your fully funded emergency fund. You're in a good place, healthy, and I'm telling you right now, within the next year, you can be in a beautiful home. You can start saving for your college. You can be investing 15%. So that's what I'm doing. I'm paying off the cars today. No ifs, ands, or buts. Like as soon as I hang up at 2:57:50, I am calling my banks who have the car notes, and I'm paying them off, all of them. Not by the end of the month, by the end of the evening, I'm paying them off. So I'm gonna put you on the spot. I'm gonna put you on the spot in front of 12 million people. Are you gonna pay off your cars today?
That was my plan. Yes.
No, I didn't say that was your plan. I said, are you going to pay off your cars today? That's a yes or no question.
Yes, I will.
That's what I'm talking about, Pablo. That's what I'm talking about. Right here, 12 million people. He just became debt free. That's what I'm talking about. I love it. Right here. Not with Dave, not with Rachel, not with John, with Anthony O'Neill. That's what I'm talking about, man. Well, congrats, Pablo. Enjoy it, man. And I promise you, man, it's going to be worthwhile. You're going to thank me later. You're going to thank yourself later for making the right decisions. Remember, successful people do what unsuccessful people are not willing to do. Unsuccessful people are not willing to be uncomfortable and to make the uncomfortable decision. That was an uncomfortable decision to take money out of the account, pay it all off. But you know what? Sooner or later, he'll be right back to where he wants to be because he set himself up for success. Hey, you guys, that's it for this hour. This is The Ramsey Show.
This is James Childs, producer of The Ramsey Show. Did you know The Ramsey Show is one of the most popular podcasts in the world? Subscribe or follow today wherever you listen to podcasts.
This is The Ramsey Show. You can be intentional about your character. You can have money and a career. You are the hero in your story.
Live from the headquarters of Ramsey Solutions, broadcasting from the Dollar Car Rental Studio. This is the Ramsey Show, where America hangs out to have a conversation about your life and your money. My name is Anthony O'Neill, host of the popular YouTube and podcast show, The Table with Anthony O'Neill. And today, no one's co-hosting with me. It's all me, America. It's all Anthony O'Neill. And so y'all know how I roll. As long as you get through Kelly, I can have a good time with you. I love talking about money. I love talking about life. I love talking about relationships, and I'm not a relationship coach. Let me say this correctly. I'm talking about healthy relationships that help us hit our goals. Should we end this relationship? Should we enter into this relationship? This could be a business relationship. This could be a romantic relationship. This could be a financial relationship. You name it. But I talk about it all. So give us a call, 888-825-5225. Again, that's 888-825-5225. And Jessica is with us in Portland. Good afternoon, Jessica. How can I help?
Hi, Anthony. Thank you so much for taking my call.
Nah, thank you for calling in. You just made my day. How can we help?
Well, I had a quick question. So my husband and I just finally paid off all of our debt. So we're looking to buy our home now, but we're kind of having a disagreement on that. The average price of a house out here where I live is around $500,000.
Okay.
And I'm looking to put down $100,000, so the 20%.
Okay.
But my husband wants to put down about $20,000, so we could purchase the house sooner. So I wanted to see what your take is on that.
Okay, so tell me this. Why does he want to purchase it sooner, Jessica?
I think just because everyone else is buying a house right now, and we've been renting for about 6 years now, so I think he's just ready to finally have a house of our own.
Okay. I understand that. And what's the big disagreement? It's like, hey, we can't. I want to put down $100,000. He wants to put down $20,000, so that way you all can get into the home. When will you have the $20,000 to put down?
So we're expecting we can save the $20,000 by next year.
Okay.
And I think that's one of the main differences is that it's going to take us probably about 3 years to save the $100,000. But that would bring our payments to about the 25% take-home pay.
Yeah.
So with the 5%, I'm not sure what our monthly mortgage would be with that.
Yeah. What's y'all's annual income?
So I'm a stay-at-home mom, but my husband's take-home pay after taxes and everything is about $60,000 to $65,000.
Okay, so let's just give you $65,000. All right, and so that means you all are bringing in about $5,400 a month after taxes. You probably seen about, let's say, $4,500 times that by the 25%. We're looking at about $1,125 for your mortgage payment. And a $500,000 house with 20% down, which is going to be right around 5%. Your mortgage payment will be higher than $1,125. So even with the 20%, I'm still thinking your mortgage payment is going to be a little bit higher than $1,125. And so I think what you all really need to step back and do together is, because I don't want to choose a side. I don't want to sit here and say that you're right, he's wrong, and I don't want to say that he's right and you're wrong. Here's what I do want to say. There's three things that we look at when it comes to purchasing a home. Number one is if you can put down 100%, that's the ideal candidate. Second follow is 20% because that helps you avoid the PMI. If you can avoid the PMI, then yes, your payments will go down dramatically, especially on a $500,000 home. Third, which is our worst case scenario, but if it's going to take you, if it was to take you all an extra 3 to 4 years to buy a home, then yeah, we wouldn't have a problem with you putting down 10%, which is going to be about $50,000. But I would never recommend you doing anything less than 10%. So for me, I'm saying bare minimum 10 to 20% is where you all need to land at when it comes to putting down on a home. Number two, I would definitely look at, okay, how much of a home can we afford with keeping our mortgage payment 25% below our net pay, what we honestly see every single month, especially with him being the only provider financially in the home. Okay. And so that's what I would recommend. I want you all to really sit down one day, maybe, tell the kids, take the kids somewhere. And y'all go out on a husband and wife date. Y'all go out on a date night. And y'all sit there and just dream together. Hey, babe, what do we want to do? Where are we going in life? And then once you are really identify that, then let's talk about, okay, cool. What kind of house do we want? Is this house going to help us get to our end goal? Do we want to build wealth? Do we want to pass down legacy to our kids? Do we want to be 100% debt free one day? Do we want to start a business? Do you want to change careers one day? Like literally have a dream meeting, outline everything. And then once you all have that dream meeting and you two are on the same page, it's easier to make better decisions because now all of the decisions have to go towards that vision. And so when I hear disagreements within couples sometimes, it's because you guys don't have a real clear vision that both of you all can see. So when it comes to putting down bare minimum 10 to 20%, I think you all may need to find something a little bit cheaper than $500,000. But I think that's just a conversation that you two got to have down the road. Make sense?
Okay. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now, I want to live right there for this next minute before we go to break, because as I'm learning, several of my mentors, what I've seen work within successful relationships, even when it comes to Dave and Sharon, a lot of arguments are avoided when the husband and wife and husband, and even the family understand the ultimate vision. And that's something that I'm working on as a single person, that I'm working, okay, what's my vision? Then when I get married, when I find my wife, hey, baby, what's your vision for your life? And then let's combine these two together. Let's dream together. Let's write down our ultimate goals. And when we have a clear vision, that's a clear direction that we're going. And so when something comes up, it's an easy answer. Does this get us closer to our vision? Does this get us closer to our dreams? Or does it delay it? Does it take us off the path? If it takes us off the path, it's an easy no, we can't do this. But if it does get us closer, then it's an easy yes. And then from that yes, we identify, okay, how do we need to do this? What's the best way about going this way? So I'm not a relationship coach, and I don't want to be a relationship coach. I'm just saying, clear vision creates clear answers when you have a disagreement. Hey, I guess I maybe should be the relationship personality. I'm just playing. This is The Ramsey Show.
Hey folks, I got a great option to help you pay for your education. The Army National Guard. The Army National Guard believes you are the next greatest generation because you have proven that even in adversity, that you have what it takes to succeed. That's why they offer benefits like tuition assistance, career training, and a paycheck to help you avoid debt. No matter what your goals are, the Army National Guard can help you get there. Visit nationalguard.com to find out more.
Welcome back to The Ramsey Show. My name is Anthony O'Neill. And earlier throughout today's show, I've been talking to people who want to relocate. And according to the United States Census Bureau, nearly 1 in 10 people relocated last year. And that was in 2020. That means this year, there's a good chance you or someone you know is planning a big move. Now, let's be real. I know how it feels to be one of those people juggling the unknowns and when we are relocating. But you cannot lose focus of one of the most important personal and financial factors in your move, and that is your housing. I recommend hiring a quality real estate agent, like one of our endorsed local providers or ELPs, to help you find the right home in your city. ELPs are top performing experts in their local market and have years of experience helping folks just like you and I make successful moves. I was one of those individuals last year who sold my house in Columbia, Tennessee, moved to downtown Nashville, Tennessee. I made an extra $30,000 and he saved me $80,000 on my move. Let me say this again. My ELP made an extra $30,000 on selling my home, extra, and saved me a lot of money on the new home that I purchased downtown. So it's easy to get instantly connected with an endorsed local provider agent. I want you to go to RamseySolutions.com/agent to talk with a Ramsey trusted agent about how they can help you with your relocation. Again, that's RamseySolutions.com agent. MJ is with us in Phoenix. Good afternoon, MJ. How can I help?
Hey, this was a pleasure. Thank you for taking my call.
Thank you for calling in.
I have a really stupid question. This is a mom question. I have a son that's 36 years old, and we have two boys, and they both have worked two jobs all their life, a full-time and a part-time job. But anyhow, our son, April of 2020, the 36-year-old, sold his place, and you know what happened afterwards. And he sold his place, paid all his debt off, which is awesome. We said, that's great. And I dog and house sit, so I'm rarely home. So we said, just camp out at our place because, you know, it's not like going to visit very often there. But anyhow, now a year plus later, poor guy, the housing market here, instead of taking a dump after the election, he's not making enough money for as far as the houses are going up. And the poor guy, if you have any advice for a kid working really hard, well, young man, sorry, he's 36, working really hard, two things. how do you keep going when you have to choose between church and sleep? It's one of those things, 2 full-time jobs. And then also, how do you, for more than a year or two, but he's already done over a year. But also, where do you put your money so that it'll grow fast? At this point, everybody's putting 40 to 50,000 at least over asking price if you can find a house out here. So, any advice?
Yeah, so let's backtrack so I can make sure I have all the right information. You have a 36-year-old son. Sounds like he was making some good decisions. Sold a house, paid off all of his debt. You allowed him to come back home for a season so he can do these kind of things. But unfortunately, due to the housing market right now, it's been a little difficult for him to get back out and to purchase another home, correct?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
And basically the home prices are outpacing the money he's making and has. And so at this point, the poor guy, about once a month I end up at home and he's ready to throw the towel in, but not really. Then he's fine the next day after he's got some sleep.
Yeah.
But you can do anything for a season. My husband and I both work 2 jobs.
Okay.
So you can do anything for a season.
Yeah.
And our debt is almost paid off. So he knows, and we all know that it's possible. But any advice for hanging in there during this time?
Well,
and
here's my question now, MJ. Huh? You got a good son, okay? But
2 of them. Yes.
Here's my question: how come he still can't move out and get an apartment? Well, why do we have to wait to go purchase a home? Because at 36 years old, working 2 jobs, no debt, MJ, there's no reason he should be home. He can go rent an apartment. He can go rent a house, and he can be saving until he is in a position to purchase a home.
Exactly. Yes. And the pandemic, unfortunately for him, when he sold his house, the pandemic was just starting. And so, anyhow, we had told him, 6 months a year, that's fine. And we honestly, because we don't use our house very much, is totally fine that he's there. That's not a problem.
No.
He
MJ,
totally can be on his own.
Yeah. This is not about it puts you and your husband in a bind. This is about your son is my age. Okay. With no financial responsibilities. That's scary. Okay. Now I can see if he was home trying to pay off. I still couldn't see that at 36 years old. I'm just going to be honest with you. I think anybody in their 30s, unless it's a medical issue or a major life issue, no one in their 30s, especially a man, should be at home. Okay, so I'm going to respectfully push back on you and say, mother, you need to go ahead and just let your son know, hey, son, go get an apartment. Because what we want to do is, son, we want to help you get ready for your wife. Your wife doesn't want to meet you when you at home living off of us and you working 2 jobs. Like, there's no reason here. So let's get back out there. You've paid off all your debt. Now go live your life, become the best man that you possibly can be, and take on some ownership for your life. And I get it, MJ. It doesn't put you and your husband in a bad place. I totally get it. You are a great mama. You remind me of my mama. My mama will let me come back home today. And my mama will let me live there until I'm 50. Now, my daddy, he ain't allowing it. My pops ain't going to allow it. Okay? But encouragement for your son is just to get back out there, going ahead and work those 2 jobs, keep that momentum going, going ahead and save as much as he can until he is in a position to purchase a home. I get it. The market right now is crazy. It's not just in your area in Arizona. That's here in Nashville. I just moved into my house and I can sell my house for $50,000 more than what I bought it for already. And I just moved into it a few months ago. So the housing market is for the seller. It's not for the buyer. And so if I'm him at his age right now, I'm renting. And I may stop working 2 or 3 jobs. I may just work 1 so I can get back into my local church so I can have a little bit more of my freedom. I don't have any responsibilities at this present time. I don't have a family. I don't have any kids. I don't have any debt. I just need to live. And if he lives below his means, he'll be all right. But when it comes to parking the money, especially when it comes to purchasing a home, don't worry about putting your money somewhere to where it can grow fast. Just go ahead and put it into a money market account, or you can park it online on a online savings account, maybe get like 1%, because pre-COVID, online savings account was right around 2-3%. Money market accounts are right around 1.5. But now anything is a good return on the savings is like 0.5 to maybe like 0.9%, maybe 1%. So I'll just put it into a money market account, a savings account, keep stacking in there as much as I possibly can. And then once he is in a position to where he can go out there and purchase something, because I think we're going to be seeing this for about at least another 12 to 18 months. And so if he wants to wait 12 to 18 months to stack up some more money, and then when the housing prices maybe even out and they're not going way above the value of the home, then he can get back into it. But MJ, you have a great heart. And listen to me, America. I believe a lot of you mothers out there have a great heart like my mama. But I do believe men at 36 years old need to be out on their own and taking responsibility for their own life. And we can't do that if we're at home and mom and dad is paying all of our bills. So that's just my 2 cents. You know, if Dave was here, he would agree. As you guys, this is Anthony O'Neill right here on the Ramsey Show. 888-825-5225. We got 2 more segments coming up right after this. Welcome back to the Ramsey Show. My name is Anthony O'Neill, and Blinds.com's 100% satisfaction guarantee means even if you mismeasure or pick the wrong color, they'll remake your blinds for 100% free. You get free samples, free shipping, and with the new promos they run each and every single month, you'll save even more. Use the promo code Ramsey to get the best deal. Rules and restrictions do apply. So today, questions comes from Kylie in California, and she says, I am transferring debt-free from community college to a university this fall. I am 22 years old and financially independent with no help from my parents. The college system does not acknowledge a student to be financially independent until the age of 24, which limits how much funding they can provide for me. I will have to take out a $9,000 loan to cover this year's tuition after scholarships. What? Given the low starting salary of my chosen career, I am at loss for justifying the debt. Should I go back to community college and wait until I'm 24 to transfer? Well, I see 2 things here that I want to address, Kylie. Is the very first thing is you said that you have to take out a $9,000 loan. Okay, that's number 1 that I want to call out. Number 2 is I want to know what kind of career you're talking about, because what's a low paying starting salary for that particular career. Okay. And I don't care how much money you make. It doesn't justify debt. Okay. You can say, I'm going to make $100,000 out of school. It doesn't justify debt. Let me give you a prime example. If you listen to our Bar Future podcast, I interviewed and met with a doctor who's a dentist, has almost $1 million in student loans, but he makes $300,000 a year. We still have a math problem there. That $1 million in student loans, still not worth it. I don't care how much money you make. It is never worth it. So, Kylie, how do we do this? Here, you got 2 options. Number 1 is you can work. If you only have to come up with $9,000, this means that you only need to make about $750 a month. That's not a lot of money. Okay. So you can do that working part-time. That's number one. Or number two, yes, you can transfer or not transfer, go back to community college, continue the education there until you can transfer over and be independent. Or let me add a third one in there. Or if I was you, before I do any of that, I'm going to go down and I'm going to identify someone in the financial aid office. And I'm going to ask them for an hour of their time. And I'm just going to give them the complete honest truth about my current situation. I'm going to let them know that, hey, my parents right now are not in a financial place to where they can help me. I get it that they may make some money over there, but they're living paycheck to paycheck. They cannot provide for me. So this college experience, the responsibility of this is on me. And I don't have that. I'm working part-time. I don't have the resources. Can I do anything? Can I run the social media for the school? Can I, help out around the school? Can I do something to offset this $9,000? More than likely, when they really hear your heart, when they see the passion in your eyes, they will figure out something. Now, they may not be able to take care of the full $9,000. You never know. But I have studied, I have seen, and I have interviewed people who have honestly identified someone in the financial aid office, had the honest conversation with them, and they took $5,000 off of their tuition. They covered their tuition. I talk about this in my book, Debt-Free Degree, and how the power of negotiating. And so the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go up and talk to someone within my financial aid office, and I'm going to tell them, hey, if I don't do this, then this is where I'm going to have to go, because I cannot take out student loans because I do not want to set myself up for failure. But I am willing to work. I am willing to do whatever I have to do to get this $9,000 either completely knocked out or at least cut down half. Can y'all please help me? Then number two, I'm picking up a part-time job. I'm going to pick up a part-time job. I'm going to deliver for Uber. I'm going to drive Uber. I'm going to drive for Lyft. I'm going to do something to generate this part-time income. And if you just drive for Uber on the weekends, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, you can make $1,000 a month. There's your information right there. So we gotta get out of this whole, I can't do it. I got to take out student loans. Listen to me, America. Listen to me. Kylie, you listen to me too. We have to take debt off of the table. Debt can no longer be an option. It's not even, we can't even see it. We can't even smell it. And if we can't see it, if we can't smell it, we can't taste the nastiness of it. So when we take it off of the table, we'll look at all those options. So that's what I would recommend. Heather is with us, and where's she at? In Cleveland. Good afternoon, Heather. How can I help you?
Hi, greetings from Ohio. My name is Heather, and my question is it necessary to have a credit score? And the reason why I'm wondering this is because my own parents have a credit card where they get bonus money, and they only spend what they have month by month, so essentially they're never getting into debt. So I'm wondering, should I consider having a credit card, or should I just stick with having a debit card only?
I'm so sorry for the silence. I just find it so funny when people call into the Ramsey Show and ask us, should we have a credit card? You already know what I'm going to say, Heather.
The funny thing is, I'm taking a Dave Ramsey course right now on high school.
Oh, you are?
High school.
You're taking it right now?
Yes, sir.
How old are you, Heather?
I'm 18. I just turned 18 about 20 days ago, sir.
20 days? Well, happy belated birthday. I'm going to take it nice on you now because you a teenager. I thought you was a grown woman. I was about to let you have it right here on the Ramsey Show. But I'm going to take it nice on you because I love teenagers. So listen, I don't want to disrespect your parents because you're still living in their house. And I want to honor your parents because, they're your parents and they've raised an amazing young lady. The fact that you're calling into the show to ask me this question lets me know your parents are doing something absolutely amazing. And so I want to respectfully say this. I disagree with your parents, and I disagree with your parents from the standpoint of having a credit card just so I can get some free miles, just so I can get some reward points, just so I can get some cash back. No. And here's why, Heather. Nearly 80% of the people are living paycheck to paycheck, okay? About 90% of the people who have a credit card carry a balance over. The credit card system works for them. It doesn't work for us. And so for me, I've done it. I remember being your age at 18 years old. I remember having a credit card and saying, I'm going to use it for emergencies and never carry a balance and go from there. And you know what? I carried a balance. You know why I carried a balance? Because I had an emergency come up because of a beautiful woman and I want to take her to Red Lobster. Okay. And so for me, what I'm going to advise you to do is don't worry about a credit score. I want you to worry about cash. I want you to worry about building wealth. Use your debit card. The debit card can do the exact same thing as credit card. The only thing a debit card cannot do is put you in debt. Okay? Bottom line. Okay? Bottom line. And so I'm not telling you to go back and tell your parents they're wrong because I want you to respect your parents. Yeah, I really want you to respect your parents. But when you, as you're learning this system, as you are about to graduate and go off into college, I want you to avoid debt. I want you to avoid credit cards. I want you to avoid student loans. I want you to avoid listening to your peers. And you know what? As you get older, you may have to respectfully tell your parents, hey, I disagree, Mom and Dad. I'm going to rock over here. I'm going to do no debt. I'm going to rock with no credit cards. I don't care about airline miles. You know why? Because I got money and I could buy my own airplane ticket. I don't need no cash back because I got cash. I never sat down with a multimillionaire. He said, yeah, I'm rich because I got airline miles. What the heck? I see why Dave goes off sometimes. I need to do this show by myself more often, James. I see why he be ranting. Boy, I love this. I love the Ramsey Show. We got one more segment coming right back. This is Anthony O'Neill. Today's scripture and quote comes from James chapter 1, verses 2 through 3, and it reads, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance." Winston Churchill once said that sometimes doing your best is not good enough. Sometimes you must do what is required. Nathan is with us in Huntsville, Alabama. Good afternoon, Nathan. How can we help you?
Yes. How are you doing, Anthony?
Man, I'm doing better, man, now since I'm talking to you, Nathan. Thanks for calling in, bro. How can I help?
Yes. Well, I have a pretty darn, unique situation here. So I am trying to go ahead and save around $30,000 in cash to go ahead and pay for my third and fourth year, or once I transfer. And I have a job who pays for my tuition for up to $5,250 a year, and make about $10.25 an hour. But in about June, that is expected to go up to $15 an hour.
Okay.
And I was just thinking about, I don't want to rack up any more debt, or even though I don't have any debt right now, but I just don't want to graduate debt with that right now. So I was just thinking, what's the best way to go ahead and save right now?
Yeah, so let's rewind a little bit. Where are you at right now? Are you in JUCO? Are you in junior college? Are you in high school?
I'm in community college right now.
Okay, cool. You're in your first or second year?
I'm in my second semester, so first year.
First year, second semester, and you're trying to save up $30,000 to prepare to transfer to a four-year university to finish your BA, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. And your job is also offering you tuition reimbursement of $5,200 a year, which is about $10,400, correct?
Yes, it's $5,250 a year.
Okay, cool. So right now, what it sounds like, is it a reimbursement, or will they give you that money up front?
They just reimburse me.
Okay, cool. And so here's the thing. Right now, man, you got to work. You got to work. And here's something. I want you to write this down. I'm going to give you some tools to help you because you need to get some scholarships, okay, to save about $30,000 within the next year and a half, making $15 an hour. I'm going to be honest. That's going to be a little bit difficult, almost impossible. Are you living at home right now?
Yes, with my parents.
Okay, cool. So if you saved every dime, you're looking at about $22,000. You're still a little short. Now, are you driving? Do you have access to a car?
Yes.
Okay, cool, great. All right, so write this down. Here's the very first thing I really want you to check out, Nathan. I want you to go to myscally.com. And if you have me on a speakerphone, take me on speakerphone real quick. You still there?
Okay.
Okay, cool. There
yes,
you go.
I'm here.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So you can go to myscally.com. Okay. They are a great scholarship search tool. And what I want you to do is I want you to be honest. They're going to ask you some personal questions. They're going to ask you any illness you may have, any illness your family may have. What's your race? What's your age? Do you have any troubles in this area? And what they're simply doing is they're asking you all these uncomfortable questions to qualify you for all the relationships that you qualify. I mean, not relationships, scholarships that you qualify for. And so every Monday, they're going to send you an email of brand new scholarships and scholarships you have not applied for. So between now and when you transfer to your 4-year university, you need to spend 1 hour every single day, Nathan, looking up these grants and scholarships. Then, if I was you, I'm going to be driving for Uber every weekend. On top of what I'm doing right now for a career, I'm driving for Uber. I'm driving for Lyft. I'm delivering groceries. I'm delivering food. I'm getting us some extra money, and you're putting it all towards the savings account. So what I'm telling you to do, Nathan, is you need to spend 1 hour every single day looking up grants and scholarship. Go to myscholarly.com, and then there's another book I want you to go on Amazon to get. And if you go to anthonyoneal.com, you can get this information over there as well, America. This is called the Ultimate Scholarship Book and get this year. So this is going to be 2020 to 2021 because we're still in this particular year. Now, when we start in August, it will be 2021 and 2022. You get those two materials. Website, myscholarly.com, the book, the Ultimate Scholarship Book. You go through those things, apply for every scholarship that you can. I'm going to suggest, Nathan, that you apply for everything that's $1,000 and less first. Then you can go back after the big ones. But right now, your main focus is keep your grades up to qualify for grants and scholarships. Number 2 is going ahead and get you an extra job. Make sense?
Yes, sir. And what about if I go ahead and just push this over 3 years, since it that time that I transfer is about maybe 2 or 3 years down the road?
I mean, it's up to you. I mean, but I think if you work the steps I just gave you, you can transfer and still graduate within the 4 years. It's going to be a little difficult because you got to work hard, But I mean, I don't really want you to be comfortable. I want you to be a little uncomfortable. I want you to go in ahead and push yourself. So great question. You got this. And I appreciate you for calling in, man. Praying for you. Let's go ahead and go out to, where were we at? In Cincinnati, and talk to Karen. Good afternoon, Karen. How can I help?
Hi, I am calling because I am in the process of selling my house. We actually have a contract already. We're just waiting for closing.
Okay.
And my plan is, after that, to go back to renting for a few years.
Okay.
And I was trying to decide, is that really the best way to go? And, because I may very well be relocating to a different area, so it would be a pretty big move.
Cool, great. So let's walk through your financials. How much money do you make a year, Karen?
About $39,000.
Okay, you make $39K a year. Okay, are you making any profit off of the selling of your home?
Yes.
How much?
About $50,000.
Okay, you're making $50,000. Do you have any debt?
I do have a car loan, which I am definitely going to be paying off as soon as I get the profits from the sale of this house.
Okay,
how much? I have student loans.
What's your total amount of the debt, real quick?
between the car and the student loans.
Yeah, give me a ballpark.
But probably about $100,000.
Okay, so you got $100,000. All right, cool. So yeah, I think renting for you is the best bet. All right, so you're going to get that $50,000 and you're going to put all of that towards your loans. You're only going to keep $1,000 of that. All right, you're going to pay off your student loans. You're going to pay off your car. Your car's going to go first. You're going to put the rest of that towards your student loans. And then from there, what I want you to do is I want you to call into the Ken Coleman Show next week, because $39,000 in Ohio, we need to get you a little bit more money. I want to see you right around $50,000, $55,000 in Ohio. And so our career expert, Ken Coleman, can walk you through the process on how to get your income up, so that way we can get the rest of your debt paid off quicker, and then we can get you back into a home. But Karen, there's nothing wrong with renting. Listen, I just became a homeowner 3.5 years ago, and I've been making my kind of money for like the last 6-7 years. But I wanted to do it correctly, and I wanted to do it the right way. So, Karen, I'm telling you right now, and listen to me as well, America. There's nothing wrong with renting. We got to stop saying, "Oh, you're paying someone else's mortgage." You are. Let's just be real. You are. But there's nothing wrong with that, because being a homeowner, you want to do it the right way, and you want to do it the comfortable way. You don't want to be house broke, okay? You want to get into the home and have peace and enjoy your home and not be stressed out over your home. Wow. Well, today has been absolutely amazing, America. Y'all have, man, this has been amazing. I just love this. I'm going to tell Dave, hey, Dave, you can take some more time off. I think America loves me. I think James and Kelly loves me. And Dave, hey, you're getting older. Let this young man take over for a little bit for you. Don't tell him I told him that, yo. Please don't tell him I said that. Don't tweet him. Don't DM. Don't do none of that. Well, I want to thank our producer, James Child, and associate producer, Kelly Daniel. And America, remember, the caliber of our financial future will be determined by the financial decisions we made today. And let's be real. You made the right one today by listening to your boy, Anthony O'Neill, right here on The Ramsey Show. We'll be back.
Have a friend or family member that needs a daily dose of Ramsey advice in their life? Let them know about the Ramsey Call of the Day podcast. It's a quick hit of advice about life and money in under 10 minutes. Check out the Ramsey Call of the Day podcast wherever you listen to podcasts.